Hey, what's up guys, Massive here back to do another video, and today I've got a game taken from the Chronosphere Clash tournament. This was one of the games I played versus Assassin's Spy. I am recording this video before I play Senna, which will be in my next series. That'll be the winner final of my bracket. Kind of went into this series with a YOLO mindset. I came back from a very busy day and I was expecting to do pretty poorly in this, but surprisingly I did better than what I had expected, and this was one of the games here on Tournament Odyssey, a very classic map. And we're playing as the Traveler 59. My opponent will be playing as Kane, and we're going to see some interesting things in this game. Now I'm not going to go for a descent opening against Kane. On some maps I like to go for descent openings. I'm revealing all my secrets here, so my opponents will be taking notes. Well, not really, they know what I'm going to do most likely. Well, if I'm picking GDI, it's going to be a rig rush, guys. Note it down, it's going to be coming. But yeah, I digress. I'm going to be just going to go for a regular build here with Traveler 59 with that warp sphere. I like to position my war factory vertically, as you see here, because it will take just as long for harvesters to go to the green field as it will for units going towards his base. It just lowers the duration required for reinforcements going to him. I feel like it's the best way to position your war factory as a screen faction. And due to the geometry of it, it just makes sense to. Opened up with a gunwalker because I expected for there to be a lot of awakened squads, but there was only one, which he got from the sold off Hand of Nod. I'm going to explain to you my thought process in this game since it's a relatively recent match. At this point I need to see if he's going to be rushing me with attack bikes or if he's all-inning. I need to be extra vigilant here since this is a tournament. This is a tournament game from the $2,000 series. Every opponent will be trying their hardest to win. I myself have to apply that same mindset. I have to play to win. Can't afford to be messing around here. It's not a time to be experimenting either. I'm going to scout over there because I imagine he had some bikes waiting for my harvest to spawn at my expansions, and sometimes what players like to do is they will open up with 3 or 4 bikes and not reveal them. Instead, they'll be waiting to harass your harvester at the expansion. With that second war factory down though, I'm pretty confident at this point that there's going to be no bikes aside from the ones he'll queue here. I'm looking to place this lightning spike in a very awkward position for him. As you see, it's going to be annoying for him to deal with that. It's outside of the range of the attack bike, which is unfortunate. I was trying to harass the bikes coming out of the war factory. Not to be though. I'm going to pull my gunwalker back to deal with these awakened squads. He's going to use that squad to lock down the CK. I'm a little bit vulnerable at the moment since I don't have any units out, since I went for a 1 base mecha, which in this game here is a pretty okay decision. Maybe against Kane it's not the wisest of decisions since the awakened squads and the enlightened can EMP them. And later on, if the Muck player goes for enlightened, he can also spam those cheap disruption towers, which only cost $500 for the Mock faction, Kane. He's going to take out this lightning spike now, but this is giving me scouting intel. I know what I'm up against. I can see the ratio of bikes and buggies that he has. He's queuing more bikes now to deal with those mecha pieces. He needs to be very careful that his awakened squad doesn't EMP me, since he'll latch onto any opportunity he can find to take out my mechas. As you see, I did get 2 of them locked down. Here comes the bikes. He's going to focus on the head. Another couple of segments get EMP'd there. I was lucky to escape with those mechapedes alive. I need to be very careful again. I'm still continuing to queue mechapedes. I'm not going to build my 3rd refinery just yet since I need those resources to develop these mechapedes. I feel like 6 is a good number. I spawned in the buzzers. This is not to kill infantry, but to reveal the fog of war so that my mechapedes don't run into those bite squints again. And here, this is a very interesting decision that he made. He built Tiberium troopers to slow down my mechapedes. I'm actually going to counter that here with my own unit slowdown ability, which is in this case going to be the temporal wormhole, though that is just a one-time use for me as the Trout 59 player. I'm going to go into his harvester line here. Mechapedes have a little bit of stealth detection, but he has pulled all of them back. Mechapedes getting targeted and taken out. He sells the shredder turret, going to EMP me perhaps. There is a 1 second delay before EMP can be used as mock, so you can't EMP right away from awakened, sold off from buildings. And yeah, he's doing a lot of damage here with those bikes. He's using the tip troopers to slow me down, which thus far has been proving to be incredibly effective. He's also got the cybernetic leg upgrade, as you see. So we can confirm that he's got that secret shrine, and he can stealth his base up, which is going to make things incredibly difficult for me. There's the first of the disruption towers, and I'm not sure at this point what I'm to do about that. I'm going to just buy myself some time and go for Seekers. I knew at this point it's likely he'll go for stealth tanks. I've got mechapedes on the map. It's either going to be advertised or stealth tanks. I suspect he'll go for stealth tanks, so I'm going to queue the shard launch upgrade now and go for a second warp sphere. Usually I would have gone for a warp chasm and built a hexapod, but against Master Kane, you know there's EMP coming. The hex is not going to do too much for me, especially with all that EMP to contend with. And plus, building a hexapod isn't going to secure my base against the looming threat of those stealth tanks or vertigos. Getting the shard launch upgrade will not only help me counter the stealth tanks, but to kill the vertigo bombers if he builds them as well. I'm concerned that he's got more than one stealth unit. I'm pretty sure I just saw a stealth raider buggy. So there could be some stealth units out on this map. But I did just see a stealth buggy. He may have been trying to one-click me with that, unless my eyes are deceiving me, but I'm pretty sure that was stealth. I've now got a sufficient number of Seekers that I'm happy to move out on the map. I need to be cautious that he doesn't have that defensive tower next to his base, which did take out one of the Seekers, sadly. I'm going to see if I can limit him to his just his expansion, because at this point his expansion will be heavily defended. He's going to have more infrastructure around there, more base defenses. So instead I'm going to go for his main. I see though an opportunity to take out some of these bikes. I want to engage them now before he gets that Tiger Room core upgrade. It's going to be harder to take out this without, if he gets tip core for sure. And there's the tip core upgrade as I was talking about. The Seekers are firing those shard launchers just as the mechapedes are. He's targeting down the mechapedes pretty effectively, but those shard seekers are able to cut through them pretty quickly and effectively. Though after that engagement, that doesn't leave me with too much forces left. I'm going to harass some of these harvesters. One harvester falls. I'm going to queue a storm column because I'm afraid of stealth tanks, and just on queue there are these stealth tanks. I'm going to phase these two here. Hope he targets those, but no, he goes for the one that isn't phased. I'm going to lose that harvester, so he kills two harvesters and gets away with both of the stealth tanks. I'm still going to have a storm column though to defend that. So I killed one or two harvesters, he killed one or two harvesters. I think we both came out even in that situation. Even trade thus far. He's going for my tech. I'm going to place this storm column down and target the stealth tank. It's worth it. One storm column for a stealth tank, since you have to consider that selling the storm column off afterwards gives you $1,500, assuming it's a full health storm column. So you're paying $1,500 to kill an $1,800 unit. So it's almost always worth it. It's better to queue storm columns instead of photon cannons to defend against stealth tanks, just due to that instantaneous damage. In this patch though, You do have to wait until the 2.5 second unpack time of the structure has elapsed. It's not like vanilla where it just fires immediately as soon as you drop it. I interpreted that as an oversight from the devs, which it was. You couldn't even see the lightning strike. It visually did not appear. Now it functions just as every other base defense does. There's an avatar there. It looks like it has a dual beam attachment. It's running away, so the Seekers might be able to exploit the rear damage armor that it has. I see a chemical plant there. I'm concerned that he'll use the Tiberan Vapor Bomb to kill all these Seekers, so I'm paying special attention to this area. I need to kill that husk as well. Hopefully I killed the husk, right? Did I seriously forget to do so? I don't quite... I think I left the husk. Okay. So he's going to be able to recapture that. He can do so easily as well, since he is Master Kane. He can get an engineer out and cap that back quickly. Pulls the harvesters back, so I'm not able to kill any of his infrastructure. I'm going to place this signal transmitter down and start working on the first of many, I hope, planetary assault carriers. This is the best thing to do in the late game if you're a Scrin or Trial 59 player, but he summons in the shadow teams and takes out my signal transmitter, so he's going to deny that super late game strategy that I had in mind. He's captured that expansion point. Good use of the fast leg saboteurs, I have to say. I also like the use of the disruption towers to hide his base. So he kept that expansion stealth, but obviously with the Tiberan vibration scan, it doesn't matter if your opponent's base is stealthed or not, it will reveal that ref, which is how I knew in the first place. I'm going to summon in this Buzzer Swarm. Going to deny both engineers from capping those spikes. That's just annoying, but since he's Master Kane again, he's going to be able to queue those saboteurs. They're pretty expendable, and with the speed that they have, it's certainly possible to take those back quickly. But yeah, that Seeker Assault though was pretty successful. I think I got myself a Harvester and a Refinery, which was necessary to delay his expansion. He puts down another ref. I am struggling to get out these packs, however, since those shadow teams are continuously bombing my signal transmitter. I put the signal transmitter this time though next to the storm column. Didn't matter though, since it didn't have any stealth detection around at that time. Some bites coming in here to harass. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish with that. There's a harvester as well. He needs to pull that back ASAP. My spikes will be getting captured back, so he's going to make the spike situation balanced once more. But both of us can play at this game. I'm going to queue yet again another assimilator. And I feel like I have the opportunity here to overrun this avatar. There's so many Seekers here. I'm going to use the reconstruction drone support power as well. There's an attack coming in from the south. That's going to be pretty difficult to stop since I don't have any units. I've been trying to go for packs, but I just haven't had the time to do so. Those shadow teams are keeping this pack strategy at bay, and he's going to go for it again. He kills yet again another one of my signal transmitters. That's the third signal transmitter that's fell to those shadow teams. So some amazingly cost-effective use of shadow teams. That shadow team strike support power has been insane for Assassin Spy in this game. I'm going to take those spikes back, go for the War Factory. There's a handful of Seekers there, which will, I hope, deal with his main. I want to take him off this field just as he's doing with me. He's took out my extractor. I no longer have any build radius around that location. Just 2 Devastator warships is all that I have to my name, and 2 Seekers. I don't have anything really now to defend this off. I've lost my tier 3. But the one thing going for me is the fact that I'm Trial 59, and you know what I have in abundance, and that is mind control. I can spam cultists, and I can use them to mind control enemies. Now, cultists in R23 do have 6% less capture range. Plus, if you consider the nerf they got previously in 1.2 Plus with the speed being 10% slower, they are weaker than they were in vanilla. Sorry, excuse me guys, I'm kind of losing my voice here, but hopefully I can get through this cast without too much difficulty. I'm going to capture this avatar. That's an elite avatar, which is insane. If I had not been Traveler, of course, this would not have been possible here. But I've got the elite avatar captured. There's 2 devastator warships as well, which is going to help me with anti-infantry. One thing I am lacking somewhat here is anti-air, but I do have a handful of shard seekers which can protect my cultist squad, which I need to cure plasma missile batteries since I'm a little bit vulnerable to venoms if they spawn. Shadow teams now will be finally getting cleaned up by no less than his shadow teams. These devastator warships don't have the Traveler engines on them, unfortunately. I never had the time to queue that. There's a Redeemer in my base attacking me, so whilst I'm taking out his expansion, he's also in my base destroying my base. I'm also not able to harvest anymore since he's camping my field with attack bikes and his Redeemer, which has 2 machine guns on it, which for the Master Kane, when you purchase the supercharged particle beam upgrade, the machine gun attachments on the Redeemer also benefit from that supercharged upgrade. And if you don't know, if you didn't read the notes, the supercharged particle beam does 25% additional damage to vehicles. I opted to keep the damage the same versus infantry since it was already quite high. After testing, I deemed it was a bit unfair for the Prodigy and other commandos in particular. So it is limited to just structures the additional damage on the supercharged upgrade for the Redeemer. But that's very good against Skrin, since Skrin units inherently have less gun armor anyways. Regen fires off, so yeah, this Hexbot will be taking damage from not only the Storm Column, but that Redeemer with both of its turrets. And you can see the Hexbot is going to lose this fight. It can't win this fight against the Redeemer. I'm going to be forced to pull that back. Avatar of his, though, is working on that base. If it continues to fire, it's going to gain a lot of XP, and it could ultimately end up going heroic. He's going to pull that Redeemer back. I put 2 assimilators in the Eradicator, and there's the dual beam avatar that I was talking about. And to be extra cautious though here at this point, since he still can destroy that cultist squad. It's still technically my avatar, but he can get it back. I assume at this point his utmost priority is to take out that cultist squad. Devastator warships crawling, and now I need to just milk this heroic avatar as much as possible. I need to use it, and before he gets it back, he could get it back, but it's looking pretty unlikely at this point, since he's unlikely to have an emissary though. At this moment, I didn't know that. I'm going to finish off the rest of his infrastructure. The Redeemer's going back to base, and there's a fully heroic attack bike, but against this avatar, it's not going to stand a chance. This Redeemer as well can't fight this avatar. It's not even at full health, but even if it were at full health, I still think the avatar would win that fight. The bike goes down. Avatar just 2 shots that. Just goes to show how much health that fully heroic bike has. It withstood a shot from that heroic avatar. And the heroic avatar with 2 beams uses the secondary laser before the first, since it deals more damage. In the game code, it's set up to fire with the secondary laser first because it deals more damage. It is defined to shoot with the weapon that deals the most damage, which is in that case that one. Anyways guys, hope you all enjoyed that game there on Tournament Odyssey. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. I really do appreciate it. And before I go, I'd like to inform you all that I am pretty busy in real life, and I will be for the next couple of days, so you may not get to see a lot of content on my channel, but I'll do my best to provide it, and I'll keep these games coming from the Chrono Clash event. I'll do my best, and hopefully I can stay in the tournament for as long as possible. It'd be great if I could make it far. So I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you to all my patrons for keeping this going and for helping me enormously during that difficult R20 patch period. This is it from me, Master Leaf, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.